We are back in Atlanta for Game 6 of the World Series. We missed our opportunity to try and clinch the World Series in the previous episode while we were at home. And now we go back to Atlanta, and I gotta admit, this one is a huge one. If we lose this one, and we have to go to a Game 7 on the road, it could potentially be trouble. Our pitching has been extremely good this entire postseason. The last game, though, we gave up 8 runs and 16 hits. As we're here for Game 6, and Luis Rengifo will lead us off, and he goes down swinging at the curve. Spencer Strider on the mound today. The Braves are giving us their ace. Here's Mike Trout now. He's going to hit this one to right field. Ozzie Albies and Acuna out there, and Albies will make the play for the second out. Both teams wearing red uniforms in this one, so a little bit confusing. Maybe the Braves trying to get in our head a little bit. As you see our lineup with their 26 home runs in the postseason. As here's Alec Bohm batting .243 in the postseason. And he's going to hit this one to left field. Jared Kelenic nonchalantly is going to come in and make the play. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Spencer Strider as the Braves look to send this one to Game 7. It's Griffin Canning on the mound today. A 1.5 ERA through 18 innings of work in the postseason. Michael Harris will begin this game with a base hit. Austin Hayes starting out in left today will field it, and he'll get it in, but it's a leadoff double for Michael Harris. And the Braves already with a scoring opportunity, and the game pretty much has just started. Here's Jared Kelenic now. He's going to hit this one out to center. Mike Trout is there to make the play, and Michael Harris will not test the arm of the future Hall of Famer. One away for Griffin Canning as Ronald Acuna stands in. He's batting .245 in the postseason. It's been pretty quiet, though, in the World Series as Griffin Canning makes an excellent play for the second out. As Canning looks to strand Michael Harris on third. But Matt Olson's been dangerous, but Griffin Canning has as well. It's a strikeout for Griffin Canning, and he gets out of a little bit of a jam there as we're scoreless through 1. Logan O'Hoppe stands out, and he's going to look at the four-seam. That's a tough pitch to hit right there, and that's the second strikeout for Strider. Here's Mickey Moniak standing in now, and he's going to sky this one high to center field. Michael Harris back, and he is there to make the second play, the second out of the top half of the second. Here is Patrick Wisdom now. I can't believe he's still in the lineup because he has sucked. As he goes down swinging at the slider, a 1-2-3 inning for Strider. Here's Austin Riley standing in. The 2-2 is hit fair down the line. Mickey Moniak goes to the corner, but Austin Riley will have a leadoff double. Back-to-back innings that the Braves have led the inning off with a double. We got out of it the first time. Let's see if we can get out of it the second time. Ozzie Albies stands in, hits to Bohm, who fires on the first for the first out. Can Griffin Canning get out of this again? Here's Sean Murphy now. Hits this one. It's a blooper to right field, and it's going to get down. The throw from Moniak is far too late, and the Braves have a 1-0 lead in Game 6. That's a good piece of hitting right there by Sean Murphy. As Orlando Arcia stands in, he's 0 for 2. Or he is, never mind. Just disregard what I said. That's going to be a strikeout for Griffin Canning. I can't botch this commentary. Here's Owen Wilson back up the middle to Griffin Canning. I mean Owen Miller. Jeez, that was a terrible end to that inning. 1-0. The Braves lead Game 6 of the World Series as Nolan Shanuel stands in and hits this one to right field. That's going to be an easy play for Ronald Acuna. 1 out in the third. Austin Hayes standing in now, 182 average in the postseason, but I feel like he's a better option than Zach Neto at this moment, as that's going to be a base hit for Austin Hayes with 1 out here in the third inning, and that's going to bring our man Sean Skinner to the plate with the .241 average in the postseason. Skinner will hit this one to right center, and it will get down. Austin Hayes will advance to third, and it's runners on the corner now with only 1 away as we turn it over to the leadoff hitter, Luis Rengifo. 25 home runs in a regular season. Here is the throw, and Skinner's in. No, he's called out on the throw. I thought Sean Skinner was in there safely. The umpire thought otherwise. And now it's just a runner at third as Luis Rengifo will take his base on the walk. So runner's back on the corner now, but with 2 outs this time as Mike Trout stands in now. The 3-0 upcoming from Spencer Strider. The pitch, and it's a base hit for Mike Trout. And this one is tied in the 3rd inning. And if Sean Skinner would have been called safe at second, you got to imagine the score would be 2-1 now. As here's Alec Boehm now, and he's going to go down swinging at the slider for the final out. But Mike Trout ties this game up at 1 apiece. Each team with 3 hits and 1 run. As Michael Harris leads off the bottom half of the 3rd, and he goes down swinging at the slider. He's been really good for this Braves lineup, but the 3rd strikeout for Griffin Canning. Jared Kelenic stands in now, and he's going to hit this one to shallow left. Skinner ranging back and makes the play. He's got great range at shortstop. He's extremely speedy on the base paths. He's somebody that I just like in this lineup. Ronald Acuna, the 2-2, chops this one to Rengifo, who takes his time, throws the first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Griffin Canning. We head to the top of the 4th as Mickey Moniak stands in now. Spencer Strider, 49 pitches into this game, and Moniak will hit this one down the line. It's a fair ball as it rolls to the corner, and Mickey Moniak is into second safely with a 1-out double in the 4th inning. Patrick Wisdom, 0 for 1 on the day. The 51st pitch is going to be skied to left center field. A terrible launch angle, but this one's hit pretty well. It will be fielded by Kelenic, and Moniak's going to try to move up to 3rd, and he's in there safely. Great base running by Mickey Moniak to move up there as Nolan Shanuel stands in. He's going to chop this one. Here's Austin Riley charging, and he makes the play. A great play by Austin Riley. And then we strand our runner on 3rd. As Matt Olson stands in now. He's going to hit this one, and guess what? Another base hit for Matt Olson. He's been really good for the Braves lineup here. As Austin Riley stands in, he's 1 for 1 on the day, and this one's through. It's back-to-back base hits for the Braves. Runners on 1st and 2nd with nobody out. And at this point, you got to start questioning if Griffin Canning needs to stay in this game. Here's Shanuel now. He only has 1 play, and it's the play at 1st. So 2 runners in scoring position now with only 1 out. And we're going to go ahead and walk Sean Murphy to load the bases. Here comes Orlando Arcia. The pitch. Arcia hits this one to shallow right field. Mickey Moniak will let this one drop wisely. An excellent play by Mickey Moniak as Trout will field this one in center. And it looks like it's really not going to matter unless the throw is perfect. It's a good throw, but the Braves will still take the lead. 2-1 as Matt Olson comes across to score. As here is Owen, not Wilson, Miller. As he's going to hit this one to left center field. Trout needs to get there in a hurry. Ranging back, and he's not going to get there in time. And the Braves go up 3-1 in the 4th inning. Fortunately, it was a ground rule double. This one, what a play by Skinner. The throw. What a play, Skinner. That's for sure going to make this game 4-1, even potentially 5-1 if he doesn't make that play. What a play by Sean Skinner. As Austin Hayes will have a base hit. That's his 2nd of the ball game. So a runner on 1st now as we trail by 2. Nobody out. And here's Sean Skinner. He's 1 for 1 on the day. The pitch from Strider, and this one is hit to right field. Going to be a tough play here. Acuna comes in and does make it. So 1 out here in the 5th as Luis Rengifo comes to the plate. Hits this one pretty well to right field, and it gets down. As that's going to be a double for Rengifo, and we'll hold the runner at 3rd. But 2 in scoring position now for Mike Trout. That's a good piece of hitting right there. Trout 1 for 2. Here's the pitch from Strider, and Trout's going to hit this one to left center field, and we should have a score. Here's Hayes tagging up. The throw is not in time, and it's a 3-2 game as the Angels are able to cut into the lead. Alec Boehm standing in now, chops this one to Austin Riley. Going to be a tough play, but he makes it an excellent job as that will finish off the top half of the 5th. The Angels trail by 1. As Jared Kelenic stands in, he's going to hit this one through the left side of the infield, and right now you really have to consider taking Griffin Canning out. Not going to, as Acuna stands in, and he's going to hit this one to right center field. Moniak drifts back and makes the play for the first out of the bottom of the 5th. Here comes the lefty, Matt Olson. He is 1 for 2, as this one skied the left center field. Going to be a tough play for Austin Hayes, and he will not get there in time. As you got to think, the runner should have been running on contact there. Jared Kelenic waited in between first and second, or otherwise he would have scored. We're going to walk another batter here, and we're going to send this one to Sean Murphy. It's Austin Riley who we walk. My fault, Ozzie Albies. Bases juiced with 1 out. Moniak out in right will field it. Here's the throw to the plate, and it is not in time. The Braves extend their lead 4-2 the score. And the pitching maybe falling apart for the Angels a little bit as Sean Murphy goes down swinging at the slider. But it kind of feels like we're keeping Griffin Canning in because our bullpen is pretty much depleted at this moment. As O'Hoppe goes down swinging at the circle change for the first out of the top of the 6th. Here's Mickey Moniak now. He gets a lot of that one, but he hits it right to Ozzie Albies, 114 off the bat. 2 outs here in the 6th inning. That's going to bring Patrick Wisdom to the plate. Can you guess what he's going to do here? The 3-2, and he's going to draw a walk. Patrick Wisdom aboard now, as that should bring Nolan Shanuel to the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the game. Strider's pitch count getting up there a little bit. Shanuel hits it right to Matt Olson, and that's going to end the top of the 6th. As here's Orlando Arcia. Griffin Canning still in the game, and he's going to get the strikeout. Arcia goes down looking at the circle change. That's strikeout number 5 for Canning. As Owen Miller stands in now, and he goes down swinging at the slider. Back-to-back strikeouts for Canning. As he's looking for one more out. It's Michael Harris, 1 for 3. Pitch number 82. Strike 3. He gets Michael Harris on the changeup. But now the offense has to come alive here. We need to wake the bats up as we trail by 2 as we enter the 7th inning. And Griffin Canning is still on the mound. Jared Kelenic's going to hit this one to center field, and Mike Trout is there for the first out. Our bullpen is extremely depleted, and that's why we're going so deep with Griffin Canning right now. I'm okay if we lose this game. I just don't want to utilize our entire bullpen to try and win it. Because if we lose it and we use our whole bullpen, we go to Game 7 with a depleted bullpen. As this is hit the boom to Rengifo, the jump throw and a double play, and that will finish the 7th inning. But the Angels are down to their final 6 outs, and they trail by 2 as we head to the 8th inning. Only 6 hits, the Braves with 8. Here in Game 6. We cannot allow this game to go to Game 7, or I will be extremely worried. As Joe Jimenez enters the game now, and Alec Bohm goes down looking at the slider. The Angels down to their final 5 outs. As here's Logan O'Hoppe now, 0 for 3 on the game, and he's going to draw a walk. Probably could have been called a strike, but the home plate umpire doesn't think so. Here's Mickey Moniak standing in now. He's 1 for 3. Joe Jimenez with 8 pitches. Runner on first. Here's the pitch from Jimenez, and Mickey Moniak hits this one deep to right field. We are tied at 4 apiece in Game 6 of the World Series. The Braves killer Mickey Moniak hits his 3rd home run. This one, 432 feet. What a game! Mickey Moniak, home run number 5 in the postseason. And this one was the most important one of his entire career. 4-4 the score, and the Braves are just devastated. You got to wonder, even though the pitch count was up there, do you potentially keep Spencer Strider in the game in this situation? As Patrick Wisdom will now draw a walk, and it's a runner on first with still only 1 out, and they're going to bring in Dylan Lee, who's pitched in 9 innings here in the postseason, and we're going to bring in Zach Neto. Neto has 3 home runs in the postseason, but a .214 average has me a little concerned. Here is Dylan Lee, the 2-2, and Neto goes down swinging at the slider. 2 away here in the 8th inning. As Austin Hayes is 2 for 3 on the day, and Hayes is going to hit this one to left field. Decently hit. Kelenic back to the corner and makes the play to finish off the top half of the 8th. But Mickey Moniak has tied this game up at 4-all. We're going to head to the bottom of the 8th, and here comes Eric Mott. Has pitched 7 innings here in the postseason. One of the few guys in the bullpen that are good to go and healthy, as Austin Riley will kick this bottom half of the 8th off with a base hit. And he's going for second. Austin Riley slides in safely. What a great job by Austin Riley with heads-up base running. And it's a leadoff double for the Braves. As Ozzie Albies stands in now, Mickey Moniak charges in, and he's underneath this one for the first out. Austin Riley will not take off. Here's Sean Murphy now. He's 1 for 2, and he's going to go down on the check swing. That's a change-up strikeout for Eric Mott as he looks to avoid disaster here in the bottom of the 8th. Orlando Arcia hits this one to right field. Mickey Moniak underneath of it, and we'll head to the 9th inning with this game tied at 4 apiece. Mickey Moniak, the hero of this team, as we'll begin the top of the 9th with Sean Skinner. He's 1 for 3 on the day, and he will bloop this one to left field. Kelenic makes the play for the first out. So 1 out, and we're going to turn this over to the top of the lineup here. Luis Rengifo, 1 for 2 on the day, batting .232 in the postseason, as Dylan Lee remains out there to face Rengifo on the right side of the plate now. Here's Rengifo, hits this one to right field. This one is skied pretty high. It's back to the wall and gone! Luis Rengifo has given the Angels the lead in the top of the 9th. He just got enough. 339 feet, only 91 miles per hour off the bat, but his 4th home run of the postseason has given the Angels the lead. You've got to be kidding me. Off the bat, it looked like it was going to be a fly ball to Acuna out there, and it looked like he probably wasn't even going to have to go close to the warning track. Luis Rengifo from the right side of the plate just got enough of it. 339 feet, only 91 miles per hour off the bat. As Mike Trout will draw a walk, Aaron Bummer into the game now. With a 1-run lead, I'm looking for some more here as we would go to the bottom of the 9th. Alec Bohm, this one's a base hit. 2 runners on now with only 1 away. More runs right here would be very huge for whoever goes out there to try and close this game out. But Logan O'Hoppe goes down swinging for the 2nd out. As here's Mickey Moniak, the hero in the 7th inning, is going to hit this one to 3rd. Austin Riley throws the 2nd for the final out. As we are heading to the bottom of the 9th with a 1-run lead, as we are 3 outs away from winning the World Series. What a game. Luis Rengifo, the hero, and we're bringing in the lefty, Tanner Scott. He's only pitched in 6 1/3 here in the postseason, as Owen Miller is going to sky this one to left center field. Trout gets underneath of it for the first out of the bottom of the 9th. The Angels need to get 2 more outs as Michael Harris stands in now. He's been pretty good, and he's going to go down swinging. 2 outs. The Braves are down to their final out. And it's Jarred Kelenic. He's 1 for 4 on the day, and he's going to foul this one back to begin the at-bat. The pitch from Scott is outside for ball 1. Here comes the 1-1 from Scott, and Kelenic will swing and miss at the slider. 1 strike away. The pitch from Scott is fouled away by Jarred Kelenic. Here comes the 1-2 from Scott, and this one is skied to shortstop. Sean Skinner, our very first draft pick, ends the series with a World Series victory. The Los Angeles Angels, a team that missed out on having that dynamic duo in Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout. They let him go. They let him walk in free agency. A team that looked like they were only going in the wrong direction is able to turn it around in only 3 seasons and win the World Series. And it was done because of really good pitching and really timely hitting. Very clutch hitting and very clutch play by guys like Mickey Moniak and Luis Rengifo. When your stars like Alec Boehm and Mike Trout weren't playing at their best, you had guys that stepped in and took on huge roles. Nolan Shanuel. What a series here. I don't care if anybody decides they want to watch these final 4 episodes. I don't care. I'm posting them because you guys deserve those. I deserve to post this here. As you see, Rob Manfred gives the trophy out, and the Angels are World Series champs as they defeat the Braves in 6. And I wasn't lying when I said if this World Series goes to a 7th game, I'd be pretty worried. And honestly, it's a lot to do with the fact that the pitcher that the Braves would have had on the mound would have been pretty hard to hit. As the Angels win their 2nd World Series in team history, I would like to do an MLB the Show 25 franchise. As you see, Austin Hayes is your World Series MVP. I don't agree with that. Probably should have been somebody like Mickey Moniak or Logan O'Hoppe or Luis Rengifo for that matter. But I would like to potentially do an MLB The Show 25 franchise with the San Diego Padres. I'll drop an intro episode, like a episode 1, and if it gets like terrible views and everything like that, then I probably won't do it. But if I can get like 100 views and a couple of comments of people saying they're excited for it, then I think I may have an MLB The Show 25 franchise. I'll just have to see how that intro episode, like episode 1, what kind of reception that gets, and then I'll make my decision from there. But you're looking at the postseason stats from some of our best players here. Alec Boehm committed 2 errors. One thing is for certain is we really saw Patrick Wisdom struggle in the postseason with a negative 0.4 WAR. He sucked, and it's really, if I was continuing this series, I'm not sure that I would bring him back. Chase Silseth pitched 21 innings and only allowed like 1 run, had 23 strikeouts. He had a ridiculous season. He was like a Cy Young finalist. John Means was really good in the postseason. Chase Silseth, obviously, like I said, Griffin Canning was really good. The pitching on this roster was incredible. Andrew Wantz didn't throw that many innings here in the postseason, which was kind of a surprise because I wanted Wantz and Scott to come in situations where we were trying to close games out. Like they were high. I wasn't going to bring them in a game where we were trailing by 2 and it wasn't like a win or go home game. As you see, Chase Silseth had a .9 WAR. Probably could have been deserving of World Series MVP or postseason MVP. But you look at this roster, and this is the roster that won the Angels the World Series. And I think we built a really good team here. And I'm pleased with it. Guys like Sean Skinner was our very first draft pick. Definitely excited about what we saw out of him. And then the pitching is even better. Fernando Guillen is a really good pitcher. Griffin Canning, better than his overall. Michael King was really good. Jordan Montgomery. An old starting lineup, but when you got guys like Chase Silseth, Eric Mott out of the bullpen, Ben Joyce, Jose Soriano occasionally. Caleb Ferguson was awful. Tanner Scott at age 31 was really good. And Andrew Wantz was also just really, really good. The overall on the roster wouldn't show you that this team was that great. But I was able to draft some really good players, pull off some really good trades. Like John Means, we pulled him in on a trade, I think, in Season 2, and he was really good for us. Almost thought about not bringing him back, but we did. And then Griffin Canning being the only original Angel in the starting rotation, he was really good for us. And then looking at the lineup, guys like Alec Boehm, to be able to bring him in was a really important decision. Wisdom had 3 home runs, but barely batted above 100. But Mickey Moniak was really good. Logan O'Hoppe was probably deserving of World Series MVP. JD Davis, in hindsight, was probably a bad trade deadline acquisition. But Sean Skinner tore it up on the base pass. Andy Ibanez was really good throughout the regular season. Austin Hayes struggled, and we overpaid him in free agency. Zach Neto had his moments, especially in the ALCS, as we had a 2.46 ERA in the postseason. Only the Twins had a higher one, but they were just really good. We had 28 home runs, which was by far first in the postseason. 10 stolen bases. 8 of them were Sean Skinner. And overall, an excellent, excellent series. And I'm glad that I'm able to finish it off. That series against the Twins was really good. We were able to beat Cleveland in 5 and then beat the Braves in 6. The pitching was dominant. It was dominant, and it had certain guys get hot at certain moments. Like I said, Zach Neto got hot in moments where other people might have been cold. So it was guys throughout the lineup that, hey, we might be down, but we know that one of these 9 guys is going to step it up and take over a ball game. And we saw Mickey Moniak do that, Luis Rengifo, Zach Neto, Nolan Shanuel in the wild card series. I don't know. This was a very cool series to record, and I had a lot of fun with it. I hate that it took this long to wrap it up. Pause. But we're World Series champions, and I'm able to finish this series off the right way as we defeat the Braves. But I hope you guys enjoyed the Angels franchise, because we're World Series champions. I can't even say it right because I'm saying it too much, but I just love to say it because we've won it all. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in future videos. Have a good day, and see ya.